Hello, I'm Deborah Wood. I'll be your instructor for health, safety, and nutrition for young children. I wanted to take you just on a very quick tour of our course together. This is the home page for our course. When you come into Canvas for the first time, you may be taken first to your dashboard, which has a listing of all of the courses that you're taking. When you select our course, you should come to this home page. And this menu to the left-hand side is the menu for our course. This is the main portion of the course, and you'll see that this changes as we select different components of the course to view. And then on the right-hand side, there is a stream of upcoming assignments so that you can kind of keep track of where you need to be in the course. You'll notice that after the home page, the first thing is the announcements. I will post a new announcement every week just to kind of keep you updated on what's going on with the course. I know that you found the first week's announcement because that's where this video was recorded. Please do check the announcements every week, and after you have gone to the announcements, I'd like you to go to the weekly module. And each week there will be a new module that appears, and you'll notice if you scroll down, every module will unlock on the Sunday of the week, and then your assignments for week 1 are due the following Monday. So you always have a week and a day to work on each module. And what I'd like you to do is to get into the habit of please stepping through each module at least once so that you get a whole picture of what you need to be doing for the week. And so every week the module will begin with an introduction and objectives. And then often we will have a short video which helps cover some of the material. And to play the videos, you just push on the arrow in the middle of the screen. And all of the videos are also on YouTube, so if you want to watch them in full screen, you'll be able to click down here where it says YouTube, and it'll take you into YouTube to see it in a larger format. The objectives for each week are included in the introduction. And then there will be a fair amount of reading in this class, but once you get your textbook and start looking at it, you'll see that the reading goes very quickly because there are a lot of samples included in our textbook. So although the number of pages that you're reading is quite a bit, it's not intense reading, so don't be intimidated in any way by the amount of reading in the course. What I have done, though, is I've created PowerPoint presentations, and then I've saved those also as PDFs, so it depends on how you like to study. If you click on the file name itself, it'll open PowerPoint. If you just click on this preview button, it will allow you to preview the file, and it's going to load. And for the PowerPoint, it's just a copy of the slides that you can view. And then to minimize it, you just click on this and you're back to the screen. If you like to take notes as you read, and this might be valuable, especially for those of you who have the electronic version of the textbook, this handout will allow you to take notes on the different sections of your reading, and this can be valuable when you take your quizzes. So the first week there are 3 chapters to read, but you will find that it goes pretty fast. The reading should take you about an hour per chapter. And then each week you will be involved in a discussion with your classmates. This first week we're doing introductions, goal setting, and an introduction to the daily health checks that we do with young children in preschool settings or early childhood settings. So every week that the discussions will always have multiple parts. So be sure that you are looking at all parts and responding to all parts of the discussion. You're going to introduce yourself to the class. You're going to set a health goal as role models for young children. We want to be our most healthy selves. So that is one thing that we'll be looking at in this class, is how can we be the best role models possible for the children in our lives, whether they're our own children, our grandchildren, the children that we work with at church or in a professional setting, all the children in our lives. And then part 3 is from chapter 2. We're going to have you do a daily health check, and you can select anyone in your life that you'd like to do the health check on. And you're going to go through the checklist from table 2.1 in your textbook. And you're going to give us some feedback on how that went for you and how you think you might be able to implement that in a child care setting. For the discussions, we are a very large class. We're 50 students at the moment. I will divide you into small groups next week. For the first week, we are going to be all in one group. So it's going to be a lot of introductions. When you are viewing the introductions, please scroll down. You will post your introduction by Thursday to stay in the class. And then you will respond to 2 of your classmates by Monday. Please scroll down and look for classmates who don't have a lot of responses or no responses. A lot of times the students who respond later in the week, they're just at the bottom and they don't get very many responses. So I ask you, we're trying to build a sense of community in this class. Please do respond to students to make sure that everyone is included in the conversation. And then starting in week 2, I will divide you into smaller groups. So there'll only be about 15 or 16 students in your small group as opposed to the 50 that we start out with. I do use a post first option in the discussion. That means you need to post your discussion before you see those of your classmates. And to do that, you're going to hit this reply button, and you can compose your discussion post and post it, and then you'll be able to see those of your classmates. I do recommend also that you compose your discussion responses in another, in a word processing, and save it there in case there is any problem as you post. You don't lose any work. And then you're going to go, just keep using the previous and next buttons to walk through the module for the week. This is a personal conduct agreement. In week 3, you will do an observation in a licensed preschool environment. This is just the outline of how you're expected to behave. One of the most important things is that you do not interact with any of the children in your observation. That could be a licensing violation for the school. So this document, you will download it, read it, sign it. You can scan or take a picture, and then you'll submit it. And it's just a credit, no credit assignment. But this has to be submitted before I will grade your observation in week 3. So it is important. And then at the end of the first week, or every week, there is a checklist of things that you need to be doing. Use this as a way to just check that you've completed everything that you need to do for the week. And I need you to be thinking about the observation in week 3. Saddleback does have some partner sites for observations, so if you live locally, You can look at these and see if that would be where you would want to observe. This first week, our tasks are a little bit light because I know some of you will need to be getting your TB test this week so that you can complete the observation. But do figure out where you're going to observe in week 3 and find out what you're going to need to provide to observe in that location. I wanted to point out on the menu you can go directly to different sections of the course. This is the discussions board, and there is a student lounge discussion. If you have any questions during the course that are related to the course content, I ask that you post it here, and I'll also post suggestions to you. There's a link to a video here, and then here's the discussion. You can go directly into it after you've walked through the first time. You don't have to walk through every time of the module to get to the discussions. You can go directly to it. There's a listing of assignments. I wanted to point out the syllabus tab. You were emailed both the syllabus and the course calendar, but they're always available for you here. And then if you scroll down, you can kind of see a synopsis of the course by date so that you can begin to plan our 8-week session together. And then the last portion of it is the grades. I want you to get into the habit of checking this pretty regularly. When I grade your assignments, I will provide comments, and there'll be a little icon here for you to look at the comments. If you lost points on the assignment, please read the comments. I've detailed why it might have scored in a certain way. So always check your grades regularly. I wanted to point out this top menu item. They call this the breadcrumbs. You can always get back to where you were. This is important once we are divided into small groups. You'll have kind of a group discussion group view and a class view. If you need to get back to the class view out of your small group discussion, you want to hit the CDE 112, and that takes you back to your home screen. And then the last thing I wanted to point out is the best way to contact me is by email. I do respond to your emails within 24 hours, so please let me know if you have any questions or concerns at all. Thank you so much for taking the time to view this video. I look forward to working with you.